What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mewn Trading. First of all, big shout out to you guys. 310 views, 176 views on my last two videos. That's not bad. Hopefully this one breaks it. We'll see. Clearly I need someone to like make graphics for me because I'm new to the YouTube thing. I'm not really a creative kind of guy, so I have like 5 pictures that I'll just keep reusing. I don't care. So if anyone wants to send me a bunch of crypto related photos, and no dick pics, preferably, then reach out to me on Discord. Okay. So if you watch the last two videos, well, if you haven't, first thing, pause right now, go back and watch my last two videos. Okay. I'm kind of doing like a series. Nothing. I'm trying to like build you guys up to how to use bots and how to trade properly and get rid of emotions. So this first one here, top crypto trading bots. I go over my favorite 8-9 bots that are available on the David Tech website. First of all, shout out to David Tech. That's where I get probably most of these views. It's through his Discord, his team, and his community. That's where I'll be using. I got all this botting stuff from. So shout out to that. So watch that video. I go over my top picks for bots. I explain to you, listen, out of like 900 bots available, there's like 20 that are good. Okay. I explain my percentage of my account that I allocate towards it and my leverage. The video I made the other day, 3 days ago, was more about the emotional side of trading. And that is, if you guys are into, algorithmic bot trading, if you're watching this, there's a reason. Most of you have been losing at trading, right? And you want to take your emotions out of it. So I see a lot in the Discord, a lot of guys complaining, oh, my thing had a loss, or is this a good strategy? I'm kind of going to go over that today. But you need to like drop your ego. There's a lot of guys that like arguing for some reason, and it's like they don't know anything, right? So I encourage you guys to watch these videos, pay attention, and just pretend you don't know anything, okay? So that's what we're going to do. So first of all, we're going to go to the David Tech website. And if you're not a member, if you're not into bots, do it for a month, okay? Now, is everything perfect? No. Right? Nothing is always perfect, but this is still new. This is not even a year old, okay? And we have pages, like 17 pages of bots. A lot of them are shit, like I said. So the first thing you're going to do is go on here and just try it out. Try it out. Connect your exchange and take emotion out of trading. Throw in like $100. You don't need to do this with a lot of money, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. So people ask, well, what's a good bot to use? What's a good bot to use? Well, people asking that obviously didn't watch this video. So if you've ever typed in the chat saying, I don't know if a good bot to use, stop, go watch this video, because I give you 9 of them that I'm using, okay, that are good bots. Look at this. This is called a search function, boys and girls, lady boys, whatever you're into, I don't care. So you can set parameters here. So I'll give you an example just to find like a quick out of the box thing I look for when I'm looking at bots. So first thing I look for, I don't care about most of the stuff. The first thing I look for is win rate, okay? Now, not all profitable things are going to have high win rates. You could have like a 30% win rate, but the risk to reward might be 4-1. So it doesn't matter if you lose 5 trades in a row, because that one trade will make up for it. However, it's very hard to, watch your portfolio drop 6, 7, 8 losses in a row. Okay. So for me, we're just going to start high. We're going to look for a win rate above 70%. Okay. The next thing I like looking for is the max drawdown. You don't want something to have tons of losses. So you want to see a max drawdown. I don't know. Let's just put 30% in here. I'm going to crank this up to whatever. We'll organize it by the last 90-day performance. Oops, screw me in the butthole. Here we go. Okay, this is just quick. I don't prearrange anything. I'm kind of just going through the motions here. So first thing that jumps to mind, there are a few strategies here that are going to have multiple take profits, like take profit 1, 2, 3. Those don't work with these bots yet. I don't know if they're going to fix that. I don't know if they're going to get rid of them or not. But the first thing that jumps out to me, and if you guys watch my video, would be this one right here. So the first thing I look for on this page, again, you have tons of options. Look at them. Like, I'm scrolling so fast, you guys can't even pause. But the first thing I look for is win rate. Okay. And then I go all the way over here, and then I look at max drawdown. And I want a good ratio, right? Like, for example, you guys are probably looking at this one's 84% win rate. This is a multiple take profit strategy. I already know that, so I'm going to ignore it. But the first thing I look at that I see here is this XRP strategy, which is one of my go-to strategies. Okay, I'm currently in a trade with it right now. We have a 71% win rate. I don't care about any of this. Okay, what just happened? Oh, I clicked it. All right. So this is the graph. Beautiful graph. The very next thing I do, guys, is I click, I click the strategy and then I look down here. This is, if not more important than anything else, right here. Max consecutive wins, 10. Max consecutive losses, 4. If I see this like a 1-to-1 ratio, if I see like 8 wins and 8 losses in a row, I won't even look at that strategy. I don't care what the graph looks like, because you don't want to put money in and then lose 8 trades in a row. Even 4 trades in a row sucks. You don't want to lose 4 trades in a row. That's awful, right? So those are the 3 things I look for: win rate, the max drawdown, and more importantly, how many losses in a row it's taken in its history. If that's a high number, I don't even bother. Okay, so keep those 3 things in mind. Get a pen and paper, write it down: win rate, max drawdown, and how many losses it's had in a row. If that doesn't look good to you, don't use that strategy, okay? The very next thing I do, and this is more important, and this is kind of the point of this video. TradingView lies to you. If you guys don't know what TradingView is, for your first time here, this is TradingView. It's the chart thing. Everybody uses for stocks, for Bitcoin, for crypto, whatever. Bitcoin is teasing all-time high, guys. I think it's going to hit all-time high pretty soon. But anyways, this is TradingView. But this lies to you, and I'm going to explain how. So I was messing with, here's an example I posted in Discord the other day. I was messing with this strategy here. This is not up on the website yet. I haven't submitted it, but this is one that I'm toying with. You can see here 22 wins in a row, 3 losses in a row. Holy shit. Right? Look at this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, let's go down here. And you see this? See where it says total profit and loss? 31%. How did it get to that figure? 31%. That's not that good over the data here is from August. There's a reason I did that. 31%, that's shit. 31% is nothing in 7 months, 8 months, almost a year. That's nothing. Problem is TradingView's lying to you, because now this is going to be tedious, but you need to put in work. You can't just click buttons, guys. You're not just going to click a few buttons and be rich tomorrow. You need to put in the work. And this is what I do. So I go through its history, and you see this column here, this profit and loss column. These are all trades. Okay? These are all the trades. So what do? I take the time and just focus, ignore all the stuff on all the small stuff on the side here. I just enlarge this so you guys can see it. So this is what we're looking here, the bold. And I put in every single trade from the end of August in this strategy, okay, all the way down to today. So negative 443 and 434, you can see that those are the last 2 trades, right? 443, 444. My brain just stopped working for a second there. Okay, which you can also look on the chart here. Now again, I love this shit. This is nerdy shit for me. So this is including fees down here. That's why it's a little bit more. Okay, so that's every single trade. Now with no leverage, so the second column here, so the first column is the actual trade itself on the chart. Second column I put is the leverage I would be using. And I do this because I want to toy with what leverage, given its history, is the most profitable, right? So this is with no leverage. And we already see here, 95% compounded. And you guys can follow the last column here is the compound, right? So it's assuming you're going all in every trade, every single trade, right? So you're compounding. So for whatever reason, TradingView doesn't calculate the compounding interest properly. I don't know why. I don't know what the issue is. It should. But if we go down here, 1950, okay? So you had 95%, right? Now, this is the magic of this. You guys should all get it, Excel or whatever program this is, Office, calculator, and set this up. It's not hard. Go to ChatGPT, find the formulas. It's really not hard to do. Because if you're going to take a strategy and you're going to put real money into it, you should find out this. So now let's say I want to use leverage. And I already know 10x leverage is the best here, so I add 10. And now watch up here. It went from 95. If I fill this in with 10, all of a sudden we're at 3,079%. That's assuming you go all in every trade at 10x leverage, starting with $1,000. So you'd be left with $31,795 at the end of it. All right? %. That's close. 31%. 3,000%. I don't know. It's just weird. To me, that's weird. So this, you can't always trust this. It's good for the the profitable trades, the total amount of trades, the drawdown, but in terms of profit and loss, it doesn't calculate compound interest properly. Okay, so that's one big thing I wanted to show you guys. And the example of this, of how you don't need a lot of money to make money on this. Okay, so let's go over to ARB. This is, if you guys have watched my previous videos, one of my favorite. It went on an insane 8-win streak. It just had a loss today, which sucks for me because I have this bot running on like 5 different places, so that means I lost more money than I should have. But I also win more money than I should have when it wins, right? So I started a solo bot right here, right before this loss, which I'm going to show you now. All I did, I put in $60, guys. You don't need a lot of money. I threw in $60. So you can see here, when it was created, okay? It's been going for 13 days. I use 7x leverage. Okay, on my tracking, I use 11x. I think 11x is the perfect leverage for this. But on this for this bot, I left it at 7. Total investment $60. See that? $60 investment. And here we go. You can see the trades here, starting from the bottom. We had that loss, and then we had 8 wins in a row. And you can see the profit progressively get more because your account is growing. Obviously, a loss that we just had, that sucks, right? That sucks. But I mean, we're up. We're still up $147, right? I don't know why it's not calculating the percentage. We're up $147 in 2 weeks, right? So imagine that extrapolated over the year, or imagine that with $1,000 or $500, right? So that's the power of compound interest. That's why you need to do the work and put this stuff in Excel. That's why you can't trust TradingView 100%. Okay, you can't trust it 100%. You can't trust this site 100% either. All right. And if you don't have TradingView Premium or anything and you can't look deep in the past, just go on the site here. It's all right here. It's all right here, guys. Look. Now, is it tedious work? Sure. Is it annoying? Sure. You know, just input the trades yourself and find. This way you can calculate the drawdown and what leverage is best and whatnot. Like, you guys got to do some work too. You can't just, can't just pay $30 or whatever the membership fee is for this. Join a Discord and go, oh God, what do I use, guys? What do I do? No, you got to do some work. Okay. So that's it today. Very quick, very easy. Don't trust TradingView, and I'm gonna send these into Vlad, and hopefully he could upload this soon because it's a killer strategy. So that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tick the little bell, watch my old videos, and peace out.